Hello, I'm Miss Jackie, and this is Word for Brothers. Let's respect our men, love our men, and support our men. The disciples ran with Jesus for 3.5 years. Jesus constantly made it plain to them that he would be crucified, that it would be over, but he wouldn't be done. And I'll rise 3 days later, he told them. Well, 3 days later, while his disciples accepted his death, they were on the struggle bus about his resurrection. They kept trotting to the cemetery. Mary, his mama, and other women got up early that Sunday morning to go where Jesus had said he wouldn't be. When they got there, 2 angels had to tell them, "Why do you look for the living among the dead?" Hit with that undisputed truth from God's messengers, they began to remember what Jesus had told them again and again. They next went to tell the men. Mary Magdalene told them, "He's alive, and I know it." They looked at her with a shade of gender bias and couldn't believe it. But Peter, "On this rock I'll build my church," had second thoughts, and he, along with another disciple, went to the tomb and saw the same thing Mary saw. Absolutely nothing. Say it again. He left wondering, though Jesus had told him to his face what would happen after his death. Jesus had to come through the locked doors of their narrow reality to give them the power of the Holy Spirit to see and believe a new reality. He had to show them that, though the worst had happened, the best was yet to come. Jesus never went back to that tomb again. Why would he? He had risen from the plans of the enemy. And that's the lesson for our men. They're not going back to what almost destroyed them. They've decided there would be no sentimental journeys back to where and who they used to be. They're not holding on to suffering souvenirs of people, places, and things they've risen above and will never lower themselves to again. And let us uplift and praise our men, not trying to revisit the tomb of their misery. They're not trying to build an altar to their pain and suffering and invite people there to worship there with them. No, they don't go back, not even to prove they were there in the first place. That's old news, not the good news that gives them the spirit to move on, away, and up eventually to that deluxe apartment in the sky high. See ya next time.